All right. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. How does my audio sound? Looks like I'm picking up. I'm picking up what I'm putting down just fine. Gotta. It's stuck. It's stuck. I'm sure, man. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. That sounds good, right? That sounds like fucking. We get the music to the ears. Yeah, the music to the ears. Yes. All right. So we're gonna talk about a few trailers today, real quick. I know I always say real quick, and then we do a like 2.5 hour stream. This one is going to be pretty quick, probably, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, right off the bat, we got a chat from 15 minutes ago. There's definitely a fake shape in the movie. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about the trailer for Halloween Ends, a film that I have been looking forward to, despite being on the record as not particularly liking the Halloween Kills. Just wasn't much of a fan. Same problems that most people have, I think. And if you liked Halloween Kills, rock on, Buckaroo. I'm really glad you did. Don't really give two hoots what other people think. But if you like it, good. If you didn't like it, I feel you, bro. Yeah. In this episode, brought to you by Wiley Wallaby Soft and Chewy Licorice. Wiley Wallaby. It's Australian for licorice. Anyway, so it's not true. We don't have any association with Wiley Wallaby. So Halloween Ends trailer. This is actually I'm probably going to spend more time in this stream talking about other trailers because this trailer was pretty simple. I thought, they've been really building up this trailer. It's going to be bonkers banana pants, and it's it's fine. Like it's not a bad tease. It's actually scratch that. It's a good teaser. That potentially does spoil one little surprise, whether that was intentional or not. So, let me actually bring it up. That'd be a good idea to actually have the screen shared. That'd be a good idea, right? All right. So, oh shit, we got. Wait a second. We got Jason in the chat. I think that's reasonable to say. There's definitely Halloween Kills. There's a lot of great stuff in that movie that I really enjoyed, but then there's just so much to it that just ruins it for me. That makes it like a not great viewing experience. That said, it does co-star one of my favorite people in the world. One second, I just want to do. One of my old good friends, Michael Smallwood. He plays the sexy doctor. I don't remember what his actual name is in the movie, but love him. Love everything he's in. Love what he does in that movie. I mean, I love the look of the David Gordon Green movies. They're not, the most flashy or anything, but I like that they have a nice restrained look. And that's something we'll look at here. And I like that they're, pretty fucking violent and have some really solid suspense. Those are two, I would say the suspense is more important than the violence, but, I'll take what I can get. So let's see here. So it starts off, it's this street somewhere in North Carolina, South Carolina. I don't remember if they moved production or not, but somewhere in the Carolinas, taking the part of Illinois. And let's see here. So this is, there's nothing to really talk about here. You've got your street lamp, you got your Halloween decorations. They might have done something here to add to this light, maybe add in a light here, like a balloon light to kind of add some ambience to the scene and then composite it out later. But I don't think so. But here's a cool, this is a good time just for a little fun fact, I guess. Oftentimes, if you are making a movie and you want to, let's say you want this light right here to have a lot more punch, then you just add a balloon light. Could be like a China lantern. It wouldn't be a China lantern, that's too small, but it's kind of like a China lantern, which I think is the non-PC way to say that now, but I can't remember the other name for it. But basically a balloon light. And there's these companies that actually all they really do is they make these big ass balloon lights, and you put it right here, and you usually it would have almost like a bit of Duvetine, basically. That's not what they would necessarily use, but effectively you have this black Duvetine around it so it doesn't spill out onto like the trees here. And then it just kind of pours down and you get a nice big soft light. Highly doubt. That's more for like if you're just shooting, like if you were going to like pop in to like look at these kids right here and you just wanted some like nice soft light on them from like either be the street lamp or just like moonlight ambience, you would add one of those boys up in the air and that'd make shooting a lot easier because you have that ambience. None of this is probably what happened. They probably just shot this scene as is, but just something cool to talk about because there's not a whole lot to bring up. Real quick though, we got baby time. We've got baby time. Yeah. Do you love Michael Myers? Yeah. Do you know who Michael Myers is?
No.
Okay. Oh.
Dada.
Yeah. Can you say hi?
Hi, Dada.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's fair enough. I have the screen flipped out so you can see me. Yeah, this kid's getting so big. Look at this big boy. Look at this big boy.
No.
I'm going to treat you like the turtle in Cannibal Holocaust. That's what I'm going to do.
Let me hold Daddy.
Oh, I love you, buddy.
No.
Buddy, we're doing a show now. Can you go back to the coal mines?
You want to find the Bluey ice cream episode?
Do you want to go watch Bluey?
Boy.
Go watch Bluey.
I queen.
Yeah. Say bye-bye. Yell bye-bye.
We love Bluey in this household. This is a Bluey household. Oh, look. We've got Bingo. We've got little Bingo.
Bluey is S tier children's programming. Come on.
Go. Get. You get. You get. You get.
Oliver, get.
Eventually, get.
Come on.
Get.
Come on.
Get. I will bully you.
Go.
I will bully you.
Come on.
I gotta hurry up. I got a patron stream tonight. Come on. Will the child make an appearance in Fatal Future 2? If we make a Fatal Future 2, absolutely.
Sorry.
Anyway, so oh, we just lost the focus. There we go. So let's yeah, this is a much better way to doing this. All right. So yeah, it basically it does its thing. You know, we got the house. Of course, this goes down to a nice little steady cam shot going into the house. This is stuff that this is obviously a reference to the first movie, to Halloween, with the opening steady cam shot. I'm not going to try to pretend that none of y'all have seen this movie, so we're going to move on from there. Although I will say it is nice. I like, this is just a normal thing, but you got this bit of moonlight coming in and kind of passing through a tree to hit the house. And that's, just some light, could be anything. It could be a fucking 2K. I don't know what, like with the cameras we have, it's so hard to tell like what lights are necessary for a given scene. But we have a light set to daylight popping through. Could just be trees, could be a cuculoris, could be, a pattern that's preset of some kind. Or it could just be that they threw a light through some trees. Most likely, this is shot on a set. I know for the last movie, they had a bunch of sets built to make up the neighborhood. I think so, anyway. I'm pretty sure that's what I remember from the behind the scenes. It's been a minute. So, yeah, got that light streaming through there onto the building. Got a little practical you can see in here. That gives us a bit of light inside. Of course, there's also a light on upstairs that we saw. And then we've got these little practicals here. It's mostly just practicals. It's the moonlight, quote unquote. There's a little bit back here you can see hitting this tree back here, and that gives us a little bit more depth to the side. And that looks like it is coming also from like the back, I think. It looks like it's coming from behind or from the same general direction as this moonlight. That's really cool. I like that. Very simple. There might actually be, now I'm looking at it. I might be wrong, actually. You know what? I'm a liar. I'm a dirty, filthy liar. It did not come from that direction. It came from this direction because you can see the fade off right here. So, but then it's kind of cut right here. We're not getting a lot on this side, so it's actually coming from over here. Might be from both. It's hard to tell, but yeah. So, but anyway, basic ass lighting. So far, nothing too crazy. Pretty simple stuff. We're gonna go into this house. Upstairs. I'm not gonna. Last time I spent like forever on this live stream. If it's not something that's terribly interesting or I can't talk about something, if it's just like saying the same thing again and again, I'm just gonna skip right over it. Right here, obviously, it's lit like a fucking house. We're in a set somewhere on some studio, and we have Michael Myers' POV going into Laurie's room, and you can already see there's a lot of like great set deck stuff. I can't really. The other problem with these trailers is they're all taken from YouTube. And now it used to be you could download like QuickTime files back in the day, which were themselves like 480p at best, but still now it's, I don't have access to like press kit materials. So it's just whatever they fucking upload to YouTube. And the compression on these videos sucks ass. Anyway, you've got some pumpkins. Not sure why she's still keeping pumpkins around. Seems like she wouldn't like Halloween very much. Unless they just think that that's what Michael Myers likes. They're just like, Michael Myers, he's a pumpkin guy. That's what's going to get him over here. But you can see there's like, it looks like files and stuff on this table over here. Of course, he opens up the door, and this is the big, everybody's pointed this out, but his fingers that he seemingly lost are there. So it seems like there's a copycat, and I know that people have been spoiled about some of the plot elements in the movie. I have not looked at those because I don't like spoilers that much. Which is why I'm honestly like, I'll probably doing more like scenes from movies in the future for this, because the one problem with trailers these days is they tend to give away a lot. This one, not so much because it's a teaser. But inadvertently, I say inadvertently, it does seem like this is the kind of shot right here that you would be like, oh, yeah, probably shouldn't put that in the trailer. That spoils the twist. There's a copycat. But, I figure as long as it's not a paramedic, we should be fine. As far as the lighting in this, ooh, that's a good point. Okay, I didn't even think about that. I haven't looked at it, but is it possible the shot is reversed? Laurie has a ring on her right hand. That could also be a wedding ring if the image is flipped. That is possible. I don't know if she wore a ring in the last movie. I don't remember. So that is possible. Let's look at this. Let's look at this shot real quick. Like, yeah, I mean, that could be a wedding ring. It definitely has that look, so that would make sense. This does take place 4 years later. Maybe she married Brackett. Not Brackett. What's his name? The guy who the new cop that they brought in. Who is it? What's his name? I can't remember his fucking name. That might. Allison says, my guess is it's Karen's wedding ring. That makes a lot of sense. So either which way, she has a ring on. Could be a wedding ring. If that's the case, generally speaking, that would be on her right hand. Or wouldn't it be? Wait, if you're, I should know this. Oh, yeah. Okay. I really don't remember that very well because I watched the movie once in full and then was like, nah, dog. Either which way, it could be reversed. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care that much, so we're just gonna move on. But yeah, I mean, it could be a copycat. It would make a lot of sense out of using this chunk of the movie in the trailer, because the one thing that made me kind of go, is like, there's no way this is the end of the movie. Like, this definitely takes place early in the film. Like, it feels like it has to, just by virtue of what they're showing us. I feel like they're not going to show us the actual ending in the teaser. Anyway, so I love this shot of Michael or non-Michael, whatever he is, in the doorway. You have this strong tungsten source over here that I think is a lamp. I mean, it's definitely a lamp, but, somewhere in there. And you've got it kind of, a little bit of fading on the door. Obviously, it's the main source of light for inside. And then I think there's one like over here behind the door as well. But it's just giving a little bit of edge light to that mask. And it's even spilling out over here, which just adds, a little bit of dimension. I don't know if that probably wasn't even like, that was probably just on accident. That they probably just didn't care that it hit that part of the hallway or whatever it is. But that that mask looks so fucking sick with just a little bit of edge lighting in profile. So I love that. That's beautiful. Very, very, very scary boy, that Michael Myers. Yeah, she loves pumpkins in this for some, like she's like, it's Halloween. I'm not gonna let the fucking boogeyman ruin that for me. And this could be someone else's house. Like, although it's hard to say, because like on the one hand you have a basketball hoop on the door that denotes like a child's room. I guess this could be. Actually, you know what? This probably isn't even a bedroom. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. You got this fireplace here. Got her pills on the table here. Reading some books. We've got another lamp source right here that's giving us this lighting on the side of her face. And I believe there's. I think did I miss a lamp? I think, yeah, you can kind of, there's a lamp right over here, it looks like, but I don't see it in this shot. So maybe it's like right over here. Looks like it actually disappeared a bit. Like, well, no. That's weird. It's just a little more exposed on here. And then there's like a lot of negative fill on this shot. I don't know. Anyway. So then we get this brief look at her versus Michael Myers, quote unquote, and this is pretty simple. Again, I love just like these little lighting touches to the mask. In this case, it's just moonlight. That's our only, it's a dark kitchen, so we've got moonlight coming from this window, and they're just hitting that. That's probably cut off with either barn doors or flag or something. And it's just kind of giving us this nice little cut of light. And then somewhere off screen maybe, or just it could be the natural bounce from that light hitting the cabinets, but something is giving us this little bit of light on Michael's mask, and of course giving us some edge light on Laurie. That's probably being helped with like some little soft light directed right at them from over here. And you can actually see there's some light spilling on here that could be from the window, but I really seriously doubt it. You can also see some light hitting this toaster oven. So it looks like, yeah, probably a light right over here hitting them just to give them a little bit of help in those darks. But everything else is super blacked out. And actually the table here is also getting some light to give us some foreground action. And that I can't tell. That might just be, that's probably this source, but it's hard to tell off the top of my head. Because even though his shadow is blocking some light, or not shadow, his reflection is blocking some light, it is still a pretty bright area. Either which way, good stuff. Nice and moody. And you can see out here, it's super bright outside. That is a bright ass moon. Okay, so then we just get a series of shots, quintessential, completely contextless shot of Laurie screaming. I'm wondering if they're trying to trip us up into thinking they'll like kill off Laurie at the start, maybe. I don't know, but there she is screaming. That, I don't know, that could be anything. That's beautiful. This one, super obvious, just some tungsten light from the side. Nothing too crazy. There. Oh, apparently if I click on a thing and I press space, it'll bring it up again. All right. And then, you have this kid or teacher, maybe? I don't know. probably this looks like a jump scare, actually. Like someone pulls up in a car, and this person, I can't really tell, this person is freaking out, and it's just, hitting them directly. Good stuff. Evil lights tonight. Evil lights tonight. Here we have Michael Myers doing his Pennywise thing in the sewer. Basic, we got a light coming from that entrance and a light over here to fill in this kid's face. This is a shot I really like. Anytime it's the shape like coming up on somebody from behind, and he's like covered in darkness, and you just see like the contours of his mask. And then the other person is in the foreground. This is very, very basic lighting technique that's always nice. Of course, he's coming from outside. She's inside, so she has a tungsten light source. If you know what tungsten is, by the way, I guess I never really explained this. Tungsten basically just means an orangish light. And it's 3200 Kelvin, which I'm not even going to explain Kelvin right now. But a tungsten light bulb is it's one of those light bulbs, the little filament, and how it makes light is the filament is heated up and starts to glow, and that creates the light. That's why it's kind of an orangey glow. Anyway, so she's getting that from over here somewhere. We've got like maybe a lamp or like a ceiling light or something. That's probably going to be shown at some point in the scene as the practical. And we just have like some soft, like can light or an LED light, something set to around 3200 probably, hitting her face from the side. Maybe it looks like we might have a little bit of fill, so maybe like a white, like a board, like a reflector on the side. That's a maybe. I really can't tell if there's any fill in this shot just because it's so compressed. It's hard to see, but very basic. There's probably like some light illuminating. I just realized I meant to have this be my tungsten lights. So we've got a tungsten light, something back here in the background. That's my it's a rock with sunglasses back there, probably giving us a little bit of extra light in this space over here, which looks like, let's see how this plays out. Actually, I can't really tell. It's hard to wait a second. This is the problem with these quick cuts. Let's see here. So is that, it looks like that's a door maybe, or a or a mirror. Yeah, I can't. It looks like that might be a mirror. I can't really tell in this shot. But either which way, this is probably the best part of this right here. We got this tungsten over here somewhere hitting her, and then we've got from right, even though we've got the light from behind him, but it's also hitting over here. That might be supposed to be a window. It's really hard to tell the geography of the scene from this one shot. But either which way, we've got a lot of negative fill on this side, and then all of our moonlight coming from over here to hit his mask. And of course, you got them black holes for eyes, and it's just that like frown that's formed in the mask. That looks great. A lot of negative fill here, not a whole lot of light, and that's great. Makes me happy. I love when you got a lot of pure blacks in your film. That came out weird. So, and then we got like just a whole bunch of stuff from the previous films. Here we go. Here she is walking into light. You always love a character walking into the light. Oh, that looks good. Look at that. So they probably, I don't know exactly. Again, I don't know how they did this exactly. There's other guys on YouTube who talk about lighting, who use behind the scenes featurettes, and that's what I really need to start doing, because that's a good cheat, because then I don't have to sound like a fucking moron. But we got one light. Excuse me. Over here somewhere, just angling down at her, and that's probably they probably put up like some flags to keep that light nice and contained, or it's just through a oh god, my brain died. A projector lens, basically, to keep it nice and focused. So a Fresnel, they might put it through a Fresnel, which is just a focusing lens for the light. to direct that at her. This side, of course, we've got completely just negative fill, nothing to really, nothing to fill her in. And then behind her, to keep it nice and to make it pop, again, it's that same idea. Of course, moonlight is kind of, it's basically like slightly bluer daylight. And in the back, we've got whatever the fuck this is. Wait, whatever the fuck this is. We've got that tungsten light. And it looks like there's a light like right here behind this wall or door or whatever. And that's focused on this fireplace, which looks like the same. It looks similar to the room from before, but not exactly. And then we've got another tungsten-ish light over here in the doorway. Oh, and we even have this window, it looks like right here. I can't tell if this is... It looks like the window's right there. It could be that this is supposed to be coming from a different source, but it looks like it's right there. And this could either be the blinds that are on the window or, you know, just a shape that they have cut out for the light. But you can see that you have this very distinct highlight from the moonlight outside, kind of just, again, adding a bit of depth to that frame. And that's just quality cinematography right there. And of course, having the mix of orange and blue, the images pop more. It's not monochromatic, so very, very nice. Very nice. Let's see. All right, so good stuff there. This is just, I mean, basic shit. This probably, I mentioned balloon light earlier. I feel like almost definitely there is probably a balloon light right here giving us all of this light. And then they're probably hitting her with some daylight, or like daylight with like a, you know, slightly bluish filter, like something like a 1/8 at most, on that side. And then I think the idea is there is maybe a red light over here, or it's meant to be another car or something, but something is giving her this little hair light, which actually comes around here as well. And that helps to like pop her out of the scene a bit. And then behind her, you can tell that for this kind of bluish green street light, it's not really doing a whole lot by itself. You can see it's kind of a lame duck up there. So we have some big ass light over here behind, basically somewhere behind her. She's like possibly blocking the light, or like something behind her is blocking the light, either which way. And that is being projected out here, and it's hitting these cars. You know, you can see all these cars. They're little highlights. It's hitting these houses. You can see the light on these houses. And that... Oh, and then we also have what looks to just be like her headlights basically hitting these trees. That's another one of those times where they could have just turned the headlights on and boom, you got the trees lit, or they just threw a very small light somewhere over here and hit the tree to make it look like the headlights. I would be willing to bet it's just the fucking headlights, but you never know. But yeah, so that's the whole shot there. Pretty, you know, again, very basic, but you know, this kind of shows how good basic lighting can be. None of this is really terribly complicated. It does require some thought and some foresight before you get there on the day. But you know, it's, you know, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 sources tops. You know, there might be something else there. Like there is a little bit of there's a little bit of light hitting her jacket here. So that actually might be something else. It's hard to tell what that's coming from. Oh, you know what? That's probably the balloon light. That's what it is, probably. Because that's also hitting the car, which that also might be this light coming in. So we have 2 sources lighting her in the car, plus this hair light. And then the light in the background hitting the houses and junk, which could be more than one light. It's hard to tell. You can kind of see, if you look carefully, these I think 3 houses are really well lit, but then the ones back here are fading really fast. There's no light really hitting them except for like general ambient light. It's really this light over here is only hitting these houses, so that's cool. Very basic shot here. Nothing too crazy. You've got whatever. It's hard to even. You got like a tungsten, like I don't know if it's supposed to be a street lamp or a car or something over here, and that is creating. Like got edge light on this guy, edge light on what's the sheriff's name? He's not even the sheriff. He's the cop that didn't kill Michael Myers. I can't think of his fucking name, but that guy. And on him, and then it looks like maybe it's hard to tell with the lights flashing because it could be coming from anything, but maybe another light over here. It might mostly just be the police car lights. Honestly, they're really bright. You can see they're really blown out, so they are creating all of this light that's hitting these cops. Those are probably just the cop lights. I can't like they could have replaced them with like movie lights basically, but it's probably just. I mean, y'all have had a police car nearby you before. They're fucking bright. So that's fun. Oh my god, that's so fast. Okay, all right. So I can't even tell who that is. I think that might be her daughter. I can't tell really who that is. That's not Lori, is it? I really can't tell. Either which way, it's just there's one major source, and then some extra lighting here and there. Not a big deal. Whatever this looks like. I think the kid in the sewer getting killed. Yeah, which is just one light right there from above. This sexy ass shot right here. Again, very simple. It looks like he's backlit a little bit. You can kind of see some like tungsten-y source on the side there, and then also right here, which just looks like it's a light behind him, kind of silhouetting and kind of wrapping around his mask, because of course his suit is completely blacked out. So nothing too crazy there. There's what's her face, the daughter again. I've forgotten everybody's names in this movie. Screaming, basic S lighting there. Goddamn, it's so fast. Okay, we've got that baller ass epic shot of Lori, which looks like it's from maybe Halloween Kills. Like not necessarily that it was shot for Halloween Kills, but maybe when they are finding Karen's body, maybe. I don't remember what wounds she had, but it looks like her hair is crazier like it was in Halloween Kills. Love this shot. This is great. He's like hitting a pillow. So this looks like, oh, this is interesting. He has a ring on, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, look, yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, he has a little ring on his finger. What's the deal with this thing? Right? I'm not crazy, right? That's a ring. Huh. I'll be darned. And this shot's super simple. They just have like some source right here, just blasting him from kind of his right hand side. And that's giving us nice fall off. So we have all this darkness on the side of his mask. Pretty basic lighting setup, but very, very good. Again, the basics. The basics are all you really need. Yeah, so he's like hitting a pillow, and he's got a ring on his finger. Does Michael have? It says 50 kill ring. Oh yeah, so I guess that yeah, it seems like it's almost definitely a fake Michael Myers for a small portion. I'd be willing, like I have a strong feeling that this is just the opening of the movie. Here we are back in that house where she walks into the light a little bit. 1 second, I have to open. 1 second, I have to use my big strong man arms to open pretzels.
My hands are too small.
Oh, let's just. Oh my God, this is so tight. Why is it so tight? Oh, my hands are sweaty too. I'm in a hot office.
No, I said small.
Oh, your hands are small. Yeah, you have small hands. That's why I married you.
You wanna do the trick? Have we done the trick?
We're not. You're not going to put your hand on my mouth on this stream. She has very small hands. You can do the rest of this. How are you doing?
Thank you, though.
Here.
Come on, bud.
Mama's got your pretzels. Dad has abandoned you.
Thank you. Come on, bud.
You're welcome. It's so tight. All right. So let's see here. So we've got this shot here. And this, of course, looks like it's in reference to this shot from the OG Halloween, which immediately is going to freeze up on me because who needs like things to work? Oh, because I have it on my. This is from my copy of the movie. It's on my slow ass Western Digital hard drive. But you know the scene where he comes out of the closet from the shadows. Yeah. Yeah, look at that fucking. I love this shot so much. It's so good. Yeah. So it's obviously some sort of reference to that shot. And this is not terribly complicated either. At least does not appear so. Sometimes it turns out these shots are way more complicated than you would have thought. So we've got whatever this is. Looks like almost like a record player with a light on it or something. I can't really tell. But that's emitting light. Some of this is just the natural flow of that practical light. You know, like this light that's kind of hitting the curtains is probably just that practical naturally hitting. Same for like this here. Maybe even this here. Like this, it's a pretty bright light. You know, you can see that it's really blooming. It's very, it's very, very white at the center. So it's, giving off a lot of light. The way that these movies have been shot, they're not like a lot of the depth comes from composition and color, and not so much like backlights. Like there's not a lot. Like I would probably, because I'm a basic bitch, I would have probably like put some light over here, like some edge light that would be from like something over here, like just popping down on them. And the idea is that it would be coming from this practical, but of course it's not actually. That's something that I would do, but that would be the wrong idea. That's why I'm not paid the big bucks. This is a much smarter way of doing it. I think that the way that they shoot these movies is really smart and really kind of classy. So instead of letting that light hit him, like it's spilling out a little bit right here on his arm, but that's just how the camera's picking it up. Instead, we have this, there's some light hitting this window to give us the idea that there is, that very bright moonlight outside. And then we probably have like right over here somewhere, a big old soft light that's probably flagged off so it doesn't hit anything back here. We're not going to hit this wall. That's going to remain pretty dark. It's just going to hit Michael. It's just going to hit Michael Myers. And it's just going to get half that mask nice and lit, half the suit's lit. You can see over here, all of this part of him just completely dark, just black as night. And then there's a little bit of fill on this side. That could be multiple things. That could be that they like let the light hit whatever wall, like the wall that's right here, and it's bouncing back onto his mask. It could be that they have an actual reflector over here, just like a nice white just reflector bouncing some of that light back into the mask to give him a bit more character. Could be either one, honestly, but either which way, great look at Michael. And then of course that same light over here appears to be hitting the edge of the door, I guess, right here, door wall. And I love this because it's a clear down the middle separation between the two characters, and that again is creating depth. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 planes. You have this background behind Michael Myers, and that's lit really only with this practical, maybe with a little bit of help from another smaller light, but really it's just this practical hitting shit, plus the light outside, which is not pouring through, notably. This light over here is not doing anything for the interior. It's just to show us that there is a window to the outside. So that's our far background. And then we have effectively in the mid-ground Michael Myers, and he's just popping out with that blue. And it's not a random blue either. We have a source for it in the frame. It's just not what's actually hitting him in the real world. And then that same again source is hitting this door or wall or whatever the fuck it is again, and that's creating another plane. And then we have Lori right here, and she's just getting hit again with moonlight. So all of this is moonlight on Michael. The idea, I think, and it could be something else, and we're just not seeing the full geography of the scene, but this window is what's creating this light as well. And that's probably there's probably just a light. Let's see, it's so hard to tell with stills without it actually moving, but there's probably like a light right over here on her side of the doorway that's just aimed directly at her. There is the chance that they're using whatever this big light is over here that's hitting Michael. I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure, especially with how well depending on how it's aimed, we are not getting really any light on this side of the wall. So that's I don't know. You could shoot it either way. It really just depends on how the room is shaped, and you can't with one like medium shot. It's really hard to tell. But either that light or a smaller light is hitting her right here, and it's at least flagged off, so you're not hitting this side of the wall. It's just one light hitting her. Of course, from Michael's side, the window side, not our side. If it was our side, it would look very flat and cheap because it's coming from this direction, and it's creating shadow, on her nose, on her cheek, her upper lip there, neck. All the shadow is giving her a lot more depth, a lot more dimension. That's how the mask looks so good as well. So you just have like all these lights creating additional shadow. It's all about shadow in these scenes. Any way that you can create shadow. The whole purpose of that window is just shadow. And then, of course, the brightest element in this scene is this light. So that again makes you feel like, okay, well, it's pretty dark because the brightest element that I'm seeing on screen is this little baby light over here. This little baby practical. But yeah. So really good shot. This is just more of that kitchen fight. This is fucking compression. I need to, maybe I should do this in like DaVinci or something next time. Okay, so then you have, of course, and this is where her ring is on her right hand. It looks like. Well, they might have flipped this too, I guess. Either which way, I'm assuming that this is a reference to H2O because there is an H2. There is a gag with a garbage disposal in Halloween H2O. That and that shot with him in the shadows that we talked about in the previous shot. Those are the only references aside. Well, and the opening with the Steadicam, but those are the only references I really came up with in this trailer. But yeah, she's just going for the sink again, just moonlight hitting him. And this, again, I have this problem sometimes where I just don't have enough lights to do this, but in this case, I'd be able to. Where you want to have if there's moonlight hitting them from this window that's over here, that's just slightly off screen, basically just to the left of the cameraman, you have this moonlight hitting to illuminate them and show us that there's fucking people there. And that's also what's hitting this wall back here. But they've also included a light right here to illuminate this den living room area over here in the background. So again, creating depth, good stuff. Always try to create depth. Basic shot. Also, I love, we can just talk about this for 1 second. I love that this is looks like it's a fake hand with an actual knife going through it. See how the hand, and oh wait, actually, but here we see the hand is fucked up. So there's the possibility of the lack of a copycat and the idea of it being. Although now that I keep thinking about this. So the thing is, so this is his left hand. And this is very obviously her right hand, and you can see the ring on her finger. So I don't think the ring theory really holds up. Yeah, I don't think the ring theory really works at all. But I mean, whatever. Either which way, I just love that it appears to be a fake hand that they're just shoving an actual knife through. I could be wrong. This could be digital, but it really looks like, especially with that wrist, and it could just be the makeup, but it looks like it's a fake arm and hand with the knife going through it. And that, I believe, is the whole trailer. That's it, right? Yeah. So that's all we got for that. There's not really much. There's not much there. It's a very basic teaser trailer. So we're at 46 minutes. I wanted to keep this at like an hour. So let's just really quickly pop through. I'm not going to get to everything I wanted to get through today. Let's look at this Munsters teaser. So there's a teaser that was put out saying basically, hey, in addition to Netflix, you can also buy this movie on the Blu-rays and the DVDs. And it looks a lot better. And a big part of that is just... it's just the edit. Like, the edit is really good. We can actually just let this play real quick.
This is going to shock you.
I knew the moment I laid eyes on you that you were special. Would you like to come over for dinner one night?
Please hold.
It seems Miss Lily's truly in love.
Oh, Ernie.
Hey, numbskull! Willie, me, they broke the bowl! With you in it, I presume! No! I think it was out by that point!
We gotta get rid of that bozo Herman Munster. He's not the...
So yeah, you can kind of... I'm not going to go through the entire thing, so I'll get flagged. But yeah, the sound design, and I don't know if you can actually hear it on the stream, but the sound design for this teaser is way better. And the edit is way better. It's very fast. It's very punchy. It focuses in on just a couple jokes. I actually really like this open. Like, why was this shot not in the fucking initial trailer? Because this is a really nice little shot. You got the spotlight on him from above, just hitting him. Just a really direct, controlled, hot light. Looks like it's maybe gelled a little blue. It's hard to tell with his fucking makeup, but it's like a bluish light. And then you've got, it looks like I can't tell if the light is coming from above or it's just a light that's behind him. But there's some light that's like spilling out from around. There's these torches that are probably being helped. This could just be the firelight, but it's hard to tell. But either which way, you've got these torches. They're illuminating the walls again. That we can talk again. That's creating depth. We've got the orange and the blue. It's helping things pop. It's nice and centered. You've got this very just attractive. Like, you've got Grandpa in the center. You've got these candles back here. These torches up here. This pedestal type thing that he's got his coffin on. That's also all directly in the center. You've got these pillars in the background. Everything's mirrored, except for there's a door right here and it looks like maybe like a passageway here. I can't really tell. But nice, sexy shot. And not a fucking LED tube in sight. Oh, and you've got what looks like a pretty fake just LED fire effect in the background to illuminate this circular I don't know why I can't think of the word arch this arch in the background. That's really good. Again, like I think so. One thing that I realized is I think I was like trying too hard to point out the flaws last time, and I didn't get across enough. Like it doesn't look that bad. A lot of the problem with the initial trailer is how it's edited and the sound design. I still don't like a lot of the lighting choices. And, you know, once they have like a full big trailer, we'll talk about that. Or when it just gets released, we'll talk about it. I don't know. But there's still plenty of good lighting in here. And I like the set. This is a wonderful set. I like the lighting. In this particular instance, you've got a lot of that fire, you know, having the fire just illuminate, you know, and sort of frame Grandpa Munster is fantastic. Of course, it's spilling out onto the coffin lid, so that's giving that a little more punch. And then you've also got from those either the candles or the torches, some light hitting the front of the coffin lid as well. And then again, that just big ass focused blue light coming down on him, which, you know, I think a big problem I was having with the lighting in the first trailer is it's so overly stylized in points that don't really make a lot of sense for the scene, whereas other scenes there's a lot of stylized lighting that does make sense. In this case, the lighting is definitely stylized, but it makes sense. Like I don't know where this blue light's coming from, but you could imagine like there's a skylight. Well, actually, I guess there wouldn't be a skylight because he's a fucking vampire, so then that could kill him. But there's something. Maybe something opens up and a skylight comes through, shows up, or, whatever. A blue light is easy. Something that looks like nighttime, looks like moonlight, is very easy to just assume there's something there versus like a big old splash of green. Anyway. So, also, I love that we get behind the scenes. I love a good behind the scenes. Nothing to really learn from the screen there, but do we have any? Let's see. No. Oh wait, we had let's see here. I know people were saying that they heard it was shot in 30 FPS. You can see here 23.976, which is common, so 24 frames per second. So that is not the case. Let's see here. Yeah, there's not really anything. You can see that the white balance is a little. It's going for a little bit more of a blue look to it. I can't tell if that's a practical or the actual. It looks like the actual light right there. Just to. That's oh my god! Fucking VLC, come on. Nothing we can really learn here. Look, man. I haven't put any thought into this. All right. I still like this shot. I don't particularly care. Actually, let me bring it back just a smidge. So we've got the fucking robot from the show that we see. I guess that's kind of like her servant in this iteration. Again, I don't know when this is supposed to take place. It looks like it's supposed to be the 60s. I like there's a lot here. Okay, so first off, what I like. There's a lot to like. I like the set design. I love this entrance with the fangs and the teeth, and of course has like lips and shit. You have Zombie a Go-Go, the sign right here, which is like a straight up neon sign. You've got this version that's just like projected onto the on the front. I guess from here she goes in, and that's where actually. It is. I'm not going to bring up the other trailer to compare things. And like here, like, oh, it looks like, okay, I see. So here's where she came in. So, because you can see here's the LED tubes that I was bitching about last time. So she walks in, and then from that shot, she goes into this scene. So it makes more sense. Sure. And we assumed that it was a club. And you can even see there's the name of the band. It's something in the Howlers, but I can't tell. Anyway, and I'm not going to really try to break all this down because there's a lot of lights and shit just everywhere, but I still just don't like the tubes. I just don't like the tubes. Is it still doing the flashy flash? Yeah, it's still doing the flashy flash. I just don't think it looks good. Just straight up. And if it's the 60s, it doesn't make a lick of sense. Aaron is a very sweet boy. He's still wrong. So, you know, like, you look at it and the colors are nice, but I would have preferred, I don't know, something else. I don't like just having a bunch of quasar tubes stuck to the sides of buildings in there. Like, if it was set to one color, it would be a little less annoying. But the way that it's doing that flashing, that I don't know what you call it, but where the lights are like, it's like moving through color temperature or RGB. It just, like, this would have to take place modern day, first of all, and secondly, I just don't think it looks very good. You know, as a still, it looks fine, but in motion, to me, it's a little chaotic, and I don't like the tubes just being out there. And we already talked about that shot and the last one, that shot. I do. Oh my God, VLC, you're killing me. So I love this. This is one of those music video things that Zombie likes to do. I'm still not a big fan of the green light everywhere, but whatever. Moving past it. I love that it's just this, you know, this like gobo that's behind her with this like orange light. It's a little hot in the middle, and there's a bit of a gradient to it. I think this looks great. I think this, and it's very simple too. You have, you know, that fucking bright ass saturated green from her side, which whatever, but that's coming in from the side. We've got another like bluish light coming that's very soft, probably like an actual softbox hitting her from that side, which does give, I mean, the two lights do work together technically. It's just, like, the green is so saturated. It's so aggressive. But it does add some depth, you know, just having, like, there's something about having a little that like rounded eye light. I don't even know how to describe it, but that really does a lot for me. And then the gobo in the background is a very simple, cheap, but stylish way to make the shot more fun, add depth. If this is how they're going to do the entire movie, if the whole movie is going to be this kind of bonkers music video, it does make me a little bit more optimistic. But again, you know, it's the thing is, I feel like we're not really getting the vision of the movie in these trailers. I think this one we're getting it more so, but in the first one it was not coming through at all. And here it makes a bit more sense. This one, it looks like they've, I'm not going to go back and check, but it looks like they've brightened it up a bit. And especially, let's see, is the wide shot at the start? Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like these tubes are maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but it looks like they might be a little bit brighter. Either which way, don't like them. Don't like the tubes. They work, as I mentioned before, like having two of them, it makes it make more sense. So it's not the worst thing in the world. I just don't think it looks very good. I think if they had like actual like neon, like the actual neon lights, I think that'd be amazing. But obviously that's also expensive. So, and we know that this was a low budget. Rob Zombie himself said as much on Facebook that, you know, if you combined this and like his 3 previous movies, I think it's not even $30 million. So that makes a bit more sense out of why all these weird cheap decisions are made. But, you know, whatever. We talked about this scene earlier. This does, like, having the dialogue here and having it sound good really adds a lot. I think Herman actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, we talked about these shots. Yeah, we talked about that. I love this bit. I still don't. It looks like they changed the moon. Did they? I might be wrong about that, but it looks like they changed the moon. I really want to check, but I'm not going to. Anyway, so I don't like the green. That's just something I'm not even gonna mention it again. I just don't like the green. I don't think it looks good. But you know, we have the green light over here hitting him from the side. We have one coming from the castle, one up here. So various spots, and then one big chunk of orange. We talked about this, but I love this joke.
With you in it, I presume. No, I think it was out by that point.
And of course, that's again great trailer editing because it's this, you know, fun tune.
I think it was out. No, with you in it, I presume.
This is like a little jaunty bullshit tune as they're exchanging words, and then stops, punchline.
I think I was out by that point.
We gotta get rid
Good
of
stuff.
That bozo Herman Munster. He's not the type of person.
Okay, yeah. Amazing. Again, fucking tube lights. Just this is just another angle for the shot that we saw before. Actually looks a little bit better from this angle. I think having that big ass window directly behind Lily, it kind of simplifies the frame before was very busy. I think it simplifies it a little bit by having that kind of flat, albeit textured surface behind her. I'm not going to talk about the thing I don't like, but it is a better angle for that shot. I'll say that much. I think a part of it is less so here, but still, like, I think the previous versions of the shot, it was almost too much orange, maybe, or too much like in the foreground. But yeah, it's fine. This, looks fine, I guess. Same shot. Hey, look at that, Richard Brake. Love him. This is a great looking shot. I love this. It does, I do get some creep show out of these shots. It's just, to me, the creep show stuff works better. I think part of the reason is in creep show, can't they tone down the light in post? You mean like the saturation of the light? Yeah. To a point, I don't know what they. I say there's no way that they shot on a camera that wouldn't allow for a pretty chunky raw file. I'm sure they're working with something pretty malleable. So yeah, they can tone down a lot of this stuff, but it's not going like the saturation specifically. They can tone down. I don't think they are. It looks like that's kind of what they're set on, but whatever. But yeah, I do agree with the creep show thing. I just don't feel like it's nailing. It feels more like Creep Show the TV series than Creep Show the movie to me. And that's not a positive. But again, minus that thing I'm not going to talk about that I don't like, it's not that bad. Of course, we have the fucking tube. I'm almost resigned to it at this point. I'm almost like okay with it. But that's creating this this light right here, this edge light. It's giving us light on the ceiling here. And then we have these practicals right here that are a lot more fun. And I almost wish that, like, I know that they want this shot to be kind of looking up at Richard Brake. I almost wish they had gone more eye level so that, like, the top of the frame was, like, right here. Or if they had taken this light and moved it up here just above out of frame and made it the light that, like, for the practicals, like, it's the oh boy, my brain is dying. But I wish they'd taken this out of the actual shot and just used it as the the filming source for the light, while the practicals are what we see, what it's coming from in film. I love the wallpaper, good production design. It looks like this is maybe Herman's dressing room. Maybe I can't really. No, actually, that doesn't make any sense because he has the bandages on still. So whatever's happening here. But very tungsten heavy. I love tungsten heavy stuff. I just don't like the quasar tube in the shot. So cheap looking. Love Jorge Garcia. I don't see any quasar tubes in this scene. I don't see any. Looks much better. And very simple, green and purple. I've come around on the green and purple a bit. I think for the lab it looks great. I just don't like the rest of the film's use of green. And then we have Cassandra Peterson and the robot, played by Butch Patrick.
Is that what I think?
Again, with the background, I think the green here actually works really well. I think it helps that it works with his skin tone and his outfit. But like, I love his dumb little music video, thing in the back. I think that's great. I honestly, I think that looks great. And of course, it's just like with the Lily shot. It's one soft light. Very controlled. Again, probably like a small softbox, something like that, hitting him from the side here. And then we've got the green that's probably just slightly behind him. And then the, this projection against the wall. Looks great. I like that a lot.
Think it is?
Yes.
And immediately we go to, you know, green on. I think it's mostly. I don't think the green looks good on Sherry Moon, and I think it looks weird on Herman because he is green. I think that's a big part of it. But yeah, so that's the new teaser. You know, if you showed me that initially, I'd have less of a problem, I think. So, you know, and I here's the thing. I like that it's colorful. I think, and I had 1, 2, 3, 4 other trailers I wanted to go into. This did go longer than I thought, of course. So we'll dig into those another day. But I think, you know, I fuck. So okay, so we watched 2 trailers, right? Halloween Ends and the Munsters new teaser. I think the Halloween Ends trailer is fine. That's not a bad or I guess it's sort of a good. I think it's a good teaser. You know, I don't know what the fuck's happening other than Michael Myers and Laurie are going to fight. Obviously, something that's going to happen, and then you see a bunch of rando kids that I've never met before getting offed or potentially getting offed or being scared, and then a bunch of legacy clips in the middle. Very basic but good teaser. The lighting looks great, and I continue to really like David Gordon Green's kind of somewhat muted aesthetic. I think a lot of people have like complained that it looks a little too plain. I think it works as like an updated version of what John Carpenter and Dean Cundey did in Halloween, as opposed to like I saw someone refer to Halloween 2 as being like a giallo, and that's a great way of putting it because it does have a lot more kind of contrasty lighting and more kind of questionable sources. And I think that the first Halloween is much more, it's very, it doesn't try to impress you. You know, it's just, this is, you know, what we need in the scene to make it kind of creepy. You know, we got the moonlight coming in, we've got some tungsten sources, bada, bada, bada. And I think that that's basically what David Gordon Green and I don't remember his DP's name are doing. So I like that a lot. I think it looks good. I just hope that it's a better written film than Halloween Kills. That's my only real concern. As far as the Munsters, I like that it's colorful. I do. I've seen people say like it should be black and white or it should be grittier or whatever. I disagree. I think that making it a colorful, wacky film is a good idea. It's a good idea because it's more accessible. It's a good idea because it allows for maximum humor. And it's a good idea because it allows Rob Zombie, theoretically, to show that he is more than just the redneck murder man. So I think that's cool. My son is very excited right now. So I do like the colorfulness. Aha, it's not a tube. That's actually a gel on a daylight temperature light. My son is very mad about something. That's good. I might actually change the title to that. Tungsten Dies Tonight. That's good. But yeah, so I really like the Munsters trailer. Look at that. See? Look at that. We got actual lights up there. No tubes. We do have a tube right here. That's creating my the light on my face. But yeah, no, I don't use a lot of tubes anymore. But yeah, Munsters, I think, looks good enough in places that I am willing to like. And here's beyond all that. I would be a hypocrite if I was like, this lighting is bad, this movie sucks. I don't mind if the lighting is kind of wonky in places, if the final movie is like well written and the performances are good and it's funny and it's entertaining. It's not going to bug me. This is all purely just dissecting what I know. I don't particularly like theorizing. That's what I hated about my job at Screen Rant, was I hated like picking apart trailers just to be like, oh, well, you know, Aquaman is going to show up to save the day at the end of Thor. Triggered. I don't want to do that. I do like looking at lighting and kind of trying to piece together how it was done. And I might be wrong on some of these. Like, it's hard to tell from just one shot exactly how things were done. But yeah, I think it looks better. I'm excited to see the movie. I assume we'll see another trailer before it hits, but if we don't, then you know, I definitely will be watching it, if only because I got a lot of views on the first Munsters video. I obviously have to do a review. But I you know, there's enough cool shots that I'm intrigued. Collection vid will come soon. I'm me being me, I have to go all out, and I've just been super busy with gigs. I want to do like a proper video. I don't want it to just be like, hey guys, look at my collection as I like run around with the camera. I think that's kind of lame. So I will be doing that sooner rather than later. Roebuck does Grandpa looks pitch perfect. I still think Herman looks good though. I know a lot of people have been shitting on Herman. I think Herman looks pretty good. Lily, I'm always like half and half on Sherry Moon. I don't really agree with the hate Sherry Moon gets. I think she's turned in enough good performances that she deserves the benefit of the doubt. At the same time, you know, anytime an actress or an actor is given a part that is completely against any other type that they've played in the past, it's always a bit iffy. So I'm pretty into it. That's what I mean, is like his acting is good, his look is like, everything about him I think is shining through. Yeah, I mean, it looked like, here's the thing, like, it doesn't look, I'm just saying that some of the lighting choices are kind of weird and wonky, and that the editing was definitely not a benefit on that first trailer. As far as like, does it look like it is a professionally made film? Yeah, I just think that they made some weird decisions, and I don't know why they made those decisions. I thought my camera was falling for a second. Sorry. So let's see here. What was the other thing I saw? And yeah, I do like that he was given a chance to do something, because maybe, you know, maybe this will turn out like, here's the thing. There's been so much attention to this trailer that, you know, no matter what, people are going to watch this, and a lot of people are probably going to watch it because they expect to hate it. Maybe some people like force themselves to hate it just for the lulz, but it's a very like, the marketing is, you know, it's that any press is good. There's no such thing as bad press. You know, a lot of people know this exists now because of how bad that first teaser was. This one's giving us a bit more hope. I've seen a lot of people already coming around. So there is that possibility that, you know, this turns out to be really good. And then the studio's like, oh, okay, people really like Rob Zombie doing more family-friendly fare, or, you know, not his usual thing. Maybe he gets to do his Marx Brothers movie, which sounds like a depressing piece of shit. I'm not going to lie, just based on what I've heard before of the project. But, you know, I'm all for dudes getting their dream projects made. So really, I wouldn't go with that. Oh, by a studio? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that could be the case, but it really doesn't make up for any problems, is the thing. Like, if he's rebelling against the studio, cool, but if it then looks like shit in places, like, it just looks like shit, that doesn't really like mean anything. Which TV show would you direct the feature for? I don't know what that means. I don't understand the question. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what's going to happen. And there's definitely going to be some bad actors when it comes to the response. There always is. That's one thing I hate about YouTube. Oh, sorry, Spaghetti. I'm just about to leave. This is it. This is the end. I've got 30 minutes until a Patreon live stream. I gotta go. I gotta get my ass up for a minute and stretch and all that. I think that's gonna be it. I'm glad we looked at those things. I wish we could have gotten into The Invitation, Jeepers Creepers Reborn, Don't Worry Darling, and Barbarian. Those are the ones I wanted to talk about as well. We got too much into these two. So it's good. This is good. This is me testing out this format a lot more. But I think this is fun. If y'all like this, I'll do more of this. I would 100% direct the Manimal reboot. Any case, all right. So, you know what my dream project is, just as a side note? Gasoline Alley, not the shitty Bruce Willis movie. There's a comic strip. It's one of the longest. I think it might actually be the longest running comic strip of all time, or it's like second. But it's called Gasoline Alley, and I love it so much. It is such a great comic strip. It's very wholesome. And if I could direct, like, I think my dream project, and this would never happen. So this is just me streaming an HBO series of like 6 seasons, going through like each one probably being like a decade, starting in like the 30s, of Gasoline Alley would be so great. Oh my god. Anyway, that's it for now. Oh fuck, I forgot to. Okay, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to change the credits to include the new patrons. I apologize. This is the old credits. I am an asshole. That's all I've got for you. So I will fix that later. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Go watch a movie and eat more licorice.